Hello everyone. Good afternoon. So today we are going to discuss about the preparation stage for the interview. So I will talk about the reason for choosing Gia hàng tiết kiệm, aka GSTK. So to start, I would like to share the reason why our team decided to choose this organization. So at the target organization for this interview. Firstly, in terms of the logistic technology industry, an extremely dynamic field that had a great influence on the current economy. So in Vietnam, after the COVID-19 pandemic, e-commerce had grown very strongly, leading to the need for fast, accurate, and optimal delivery. So GATK is one of prominent domestic enterprise, not only competing with big names such as Grab Express, GNT, JNT, and Shopee Express, but also having a strategy specifically for niche market such as provinces and SME groups. So secondly, the reason we choose GATK to produce come from the nature of subject itself. So this subject require a deep understanding of organizational culture, organizational behavior, and factors that affect work efficiently. So this organization stand out and with a flexible model, little management, young staff, and automation. So does an organization have a stable chemical speed when expanding? So only when interviewing user in the conversation can we understand. So third, from a practical perspective, I would find a GATK very easy to contact a friend in the group. Used to work part-time as a delivery person for GATK. So he has a direct connection with Mr. Kim, who is charged of developing the SME market. Having such a connection make it easy for the group to schedule consultation, ask in-depth question, and explore valuable information, which will be very accessible. So finally, GATK is an organization that our team want to understand, not just work with. I think this is very important because when we are really curious and want to exploit an organization, the team will invest brain power, discuss skills, and have the motivation to complete the consulting article in a meaningful way. So I'm going to introduce a little bit about the GSTK. So Gia hàng tiết kiệm, also known as GSTK, were established in 2013. It is a company founded by Vietnamese people aiming to build a strong domestic logistics system capable of effectively serving both large enterprise and the small retail shops. So GSTK unique feature is the ties integration between traditional operation and the underlying technology system. They develop their own app for shippers and have an international order management system. So almost like a streamlined ERP for delivery operation. Through this, delivery people can receive order, route, confirm delivery, and report all in one platform. So GATK currently has over 13,000 employees, including office staff, regional managers, customer support staff, warehouse operator, and especially the shipper collaborator, accounting for the largest population. So although these are collaborators, they are still well trained, have a performance evaluation system, and receive full technical support. So the head office is located in Ho Chi Minh City, but the company has warehouses and other processing centers across the country. This helps GATK not to depend on big cities and easily reach a customer in the provinces. So where many competitors such as G8N and JNT are often less concentrated. So in terms of organizational structure, GATK is divided into four main blocks. The first one is operation block, in charge the single flow, shipper and warehouse. So the second one is the business development block, known as BD, where Mr. Kim is working, specialized in approaching SME and expanding market share. Beside that, it is technology block, software development, app, processing operational data, and the last one is support block, customer service, finance, and human resources. So the most notable point is the corporate culture. GATK emphasize initiative, speed, and innovation. Employees are not bound by uniforms or flexible working hours and can propose initiative to improve processes even when they are new to the job. So, however, because of this nature, the pressure is high. Employees are easily overloaded if they do not have good self-management skills. So, through research, I found this to be very suitable environment for analysis from an organizational behavior perspective. GATK is maintaining a culture of innovation, but what risks do they have to control regarding employee psychology and long-term stability in such a flexible structure? So now we move to the part we will discussion the part of reason why we choose interviewee Mr. Kim.
Yeah, I agree with you that we can like Mr. Kim can be we can selected interviewee for the cost projected because he's now currently an SME business development executive at Giao Hàng Tiết Kiệm. And moreover, the reason that what make him like especially relevant to ours because he's also graduate at the Troy University in the business administration program like us. So he study under the same academic system and can be therefore like connect the classroom knowledge with the real world management practice very well. In addition, he also has like a years experience in logistic industry and has been working with the Hàng Ticket for a long time. This is like a fast growing pace tech enabled technology logistic company in Vietnam, and he plays a key role in dealing with small and medium-sized enterprise, especially in underdeveloped areas where clients tend to be resistant to digital transformation. Moreover, his job put him in direct contact with like typical challenges that match to our costage, like communicating supportively, managing performance pressure and KPIs, motivating reluctant clients to adopt change, and also the leading change in fast moving environment. And on top of that is very uh, I have like talked to him, and I think I saw that he's very open, approachable, and willing to support students, especially like us who are in like undergraduated. So according to Philip, we can like uh, use our mutual connection, and Mr. Kim has like previous supported student research and mentoring projects. He responded positively when we reached out and agreed to schedule a meeting. With his academic background, industry experience, and willingness to have, I believe Mr. Kim is like a perfect choice for our interviews. So what do you guys think?
That sounds great. He has practical experience and understand our program. So did he exactly the kinds of perspective we need? I think so.
Yeah, and I agree too. Zahan Titkip is a big name in the tech logistic, and getting an insider views that would be a super valuable for our analysis.
Yeah, thank you. So move to the next part. I will tell you about the plan that I to make sure our interview is like well structured and efficient. I have drafted a question plan, and I think that it's set question to team member based on your strength, academic background, and also experience. In the first group, I think that in the first three question, uh, which is the organization and job roles. I think Sun can do this part perfectly. Who previous like interned at a logistic company, you are familiar with organizational structure and operation, and has a strong observation and summarizing skills. Idea for setting the context at the beginning of the interview, with the group question of vision, mission, and organization culture. Like how would you describe your organization mission, vision, and culture? I think Anne can take this part. Because you I saw that you has deep understanding of organizational identity, has worked on cultural building projects, and excels in course like strategic management. You also a good listener, and which is key for interpreting values and belief behind corporate statement. The third group is workplace challenge and personal impact question, including two questions. What are the main challenges for difficulties that you are currently facing at work, and how have the issue impact your work of motivation? I think I can handle this session. I have previously researched employee motivation and stress management, so I'm confident in exploring emotional and psychological response and linking them to topic like managing stress or motivating performance. And the fourth group is a solution and improvement suggestion, which include three questions. What potential solution have been tried or considered? What do you think is needed to successfully apply those solutions? And if you could improve one thing about your workplace, what would it be? This part will be team effort in preparation, but I think Sơn can be the lead interviewer, as you are a great system thinking and also has worked on innovation and organizational change cases. So with this setup, I think everyone will like have a chance to contribute based on our strengths, ensuring the interviewing is balanced, insightful, and relevant to our course objective.
Yes, and I think that before we move to the interview preparation part, I think there's one topic that we should discuss more deeply. And Zahan Ticket used a flexible model. They should work part-time and choose their own hours, and strongly supported by the technology. But I have seen people debate whether this model is truly good for the workers or if actually cause them more pressure. So what do you guys think?
First of all, for me, I think this kind of flexibility is good. So worker can choose their working time and area. So it's fair in a way, the more you work and the more you earn. So also the Jahan Ticket apps are well designed, so shippers don't need to write things down or do anything manually. Mm.
Yeah, the technology is like really helpful, but I'm still worried about, because the more flexible the model is, the harder it's work for worker to demand benefits. For example, if a shipper work full time but doesn't have a formal contract or insurance, who will be responsible for if there is an accident?
Yeah, you guys have both good points, but on one hand, this model can create chance for people like students or those with a fixed schedule to earn money. But on the other hand, if company doesn't manage things well, some employees might miss out on important support or the benefits.
So I once read online that a Jahan Ticket shipper got money deducted from their pays when a customer refused to accept a package. So, but there were no clear explanation. So even though the system is flexible, so maybe it's like transparency in some cases.
Mm.
Mhm.
Exactly. That's why in the interview, I think we should ask clearly about how the handicap supports their shippers, especially when there is a system error, an accident, or conflict with customers.
Okay, then let's add one or two more questions to our interview list. Like, what does Mr. Kim think about the pressure on delivery workers in this current model? And what kind of support do Giao Hàng Tiết Kiệm offer for shipper in terms of health, safety, and employee, right? And I will update the list now.
So about arrangement to the interview, once we confirm Zahan Tikim as our organization and Mita Kim as our interviewee, we plan the interview format. Initially, we considered doing it online for convenience, but after discussing with Mr. Kim, we decided to conduct a face-to-face interview at a coffee shop in the evening. So we believe that meeting in person would allow for better interaction, more natural conversation, and the ability to observe body language and tone. So the interview will held at 7:30 p.m. on the weekday evening. So and it's later close to 15 minutes. So I was responsible for selecting the venue, confirming the time with Mr. Kim, and preparing our equipment. We brought a smartphone with an we will bring we will bring a smartphone with an external microphone to record the conversation, and also to backup handwritten note in the case of any technical issue. So before the interview, I also sent Mr. Kim a brief outline of our key topics and sample questions. This helped him prepare in advance and made the session smoother. So my role during the interview were to monitoring timing, handle the recording, and have transition between topic.
Okay, and I think that I'm gonna predict the challenges that we can face when doing the interview. Even though we were well prepared, we think anticipate several possible difficulties before the interview. But the first challenges that was scheduling that Mr. Kim is in charge of the market development in central Vietnam. So his availability was limited, and we had to propose multiple times slot and follow up more than once to confirm the final arrangement. The second challenges was the clarify our question that since our interview was had to connect the academic concept with practical insight, we were concerned that some question might sound too abstract to all the trio or to address this, we wrote our question into the thematic cluster. For example, company cultural, vision and mission, and work challenges to keep the conversation focused and understandable. The first challenges was our own lack of interviewing experience. None of us had conduct a professional interview before, especially with someone in senior business development role, and we were nervous about asking the right question, responding to an expected answer, and managing the flow of conversation. So to conduct this anxiety, we held a mock interview one day before, practicing how to transition between the question and how to react naturally to different responses. And finally, since the interview was held in a public space, a coffee shop, we had to deal with the background noise. Although we picked the quietest corner available, there was still occasional sounds from other customer and music and some of the coffee machine, and we addressed this by using a microphone with basic noise filtering and keeping our record device flow to both the interviewer and the interviewees. So we also took a writing notes to ensure nothing was lost. And following the challenges that I just mentioned, I think that we should be prepared for the some possible problems and also plans how to handle it. Uh, for example, like to avoid the confusion or unexpected answer, I suggest that we will send Mr. Kim our question outline in advance, and that way he has time to prepare it, and it will help the conversation flow better. Also, since none of us has much experience with interviewing, I think that we should do a practice session together. Maybe tomorrow or the day after, we can try a mock interview. During the real interview, I think that we should record everything clearly, but also take notes by hands in case something go wrong with the audio. And one more thing that I will be the one in charge of contact Mr. Kim, so I will send him a reminder one day before the interview and double check the time and place. With this step, I think that our group was well prepared for the interview and go smoothly and effectively. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's let's have a confirmation about the interviewee. So now let's so for every step we have included the reasoning behind it to ensure our process is professional, logical, and goal oriented. And have said before, like Edson talked before, he said that he can responsible for the destination and will confirm with Mr. Kim about the interviewee. But I have like an offer about time and location for you, and you can like see if it like work or not. I think the interview can be held offline on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. At Work Cafe in Trần Đại Nghĩa Street, which is a quiet place near Mr. Kim's workplace, and also it's convenient for us to move from our university to this cafe, and it have to assuring the convenience and comfort. And this the duration is estimated about like 50 minutes, but with an optional like 10 minutes buffer. So choosing a natural quiet space have we like focus more and show the respect to Mr. Kim. Moreover, and will send a confirmation message one day before the meeting, and I think this message needs to including the time, location, outlines of the interview, and also the name of attendees. So, and with the logical and technical support, we will now like divide logical tasks. Let me ask who would like to handle the printing of interview questions.
I can take care of that. I will format the document neatly, and before printing, I will send it to Sun for a quick final check.
Sound good? I will make sure everything flow logically.
Thanks. And for the recording and timekeeping, because so that you have like have the equipments for the record. So I think you can do that. You can bring the voice recorder and also use your phone to time its segment to keep things on track. So I will take notes during the interviews, and I will sit directly opposite Mr. Kim to observe nonverbal cues. If you notice something interesting, you can like signal me to ask a follow-up question.
Perfect. I will focus on the body language and the facial reaction. We don't want to miss any subtitle inside.
Yeah. At the end of the interview, I think we can like prepare for Mr. Kim a small thank you gift, like a notebook or pen, and I will prepare the gift. And Sun and Ann can will present it along with a short thank you speech, and this gesture it like shows the appreciation, strength, and rapport, and also close the interview on a positive and respectful note. And within 24 hours, I also send a thank you email. We will have a short debrief meeting the same evening to consolidate key points, divide the writing task, and identify gaps or classify correction. Is have to keep everything in mind and ensure no key detail is lost before the final report. As it with the clear division of role and thoughtful execution plan, I believe our group is well prepared and let's work together to make the most of this opportunity and develop a strong final report.
Yes, and before we do the interview, I think that we should double check the assignment requirement. First, the final report needs to be between 10 and 13 page, including everything like the photo with the interviewee and table of contents, figures, and appendix. So we need to add for Mr. Kim permission to use his photo and put it either the beginning or in the appendix. So the deadline to submit the report is in May 31 May and at 11 at 12 o'clock. But I think that we should set an internal deadline, maybe on 28 May, so we can have time to revise and format everything properly. So for formatting, we have to use Times New Roman, font size 12, 1.5 line spacing, and remove extra space before and after paragraphs. The margin should be 1 inch. About the interview itself, the assignment gives some example topics like organization, the interview roles and challenges at work, possible solution, and their opinion on those solutions. So I think we already grouped our question by topic, so that's good. And one more thing that we should plan to save our interview data. I suggest that we record audio and video, and also have one person take notes just in case something goes wrong. And I'll create a share Google photo to store everything, the record, video, and notes. So does that sound okay to everyone?
I think our plan is quite clear, and
Yeah.
and everything is good.
Yeah.
For discussion together, and we can support and have together. Yeah.
Okay.